After 5 minutes, maybe we can start recording after 5 minutes. Okay, maybe we can start now. I will open the STAAD model. I'm sharing my screen.
सर एक डाउट था, मैं पूछ सकता हूँ सर?
हाँ हाँ।
सर जो वॉकवे है जिसके ऊपर हमने लाइव लोड कंसिडर किया था 3 kN/m,
हम्म।
और उसके अकॉर्डिंगली जो हमारी जो प्लेट थी लेफ्ट साइड ऑन दी मेन टैंक वॉल, जिसके ऊपर रेस्टिंग है और एक रेस्टिंग है उसका सेंट्रल कॉलम,
हम्म।
जो रेस्टेड पोर्शन ऑन टैंक वॉल जो था, जहाँ पे एक प्लेट के अंदर हमने 3 रेस्टिंग पॉइंट्स कंसिडर किए थे, So that reaction we had divided with 3. Whereas जब हमने वो सेंट्रल कॉलम के ऊपर जो 2 प्लेट के पॉइंट्स हमने डलवाए थे, तो वो टाइम पे इंटेंसिटी हमने जो 3 पॉइंट के लिए दी थी वही वहां असाइन किए, तो वहां पे थोड़ा लोड कम हो जाएगा ना सर, व्हेन वी
नहीं नहीं,
असाइन। रिएक्शन शुड बी सेम ना एक्चुअली सर, टोटल रिएक्शन,
हाँ
क्योंकि वहां पे हमने
करेक्ट।
3 पे डिवाइड किए थे और यहाँ पे 2 पॉइंट पे, तो लेकिन रिएक्शन हमने 3 के रिस्पेक्ट ही दिए थे, तो 2 के रिस्पेक्ट देना चाहिए था सर वो।
नहीं, हमने क्या किया था कि 4 पॉइंट्स कंसिडर किए थे, करेक्ट।
नहीं, इसके लिए सर, इसके लिए while calculating the lie load on the प्लेट के रिस्पेक्ट हमने 3 पॉइंट्स कंसिडर किए थे,
हम्म
तो उसके अकॉर्डिंगली फिर लेफ्ट साइड समझो, ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ द वॉकवे, तो जो इंटेंसिटी मिली थी समझो कुछ 9.9 मिली थी, तो 9.9 डिवाइड बाय हमने 3 किया था।
हम्म।
और लेकिन जब हम टुवर्ड द राइट साइड जहाँ पे सेंट्रल पिलर है, तो
हम्म
जो 9.9 डिवाइड बाय 3, जो डिवाइड बाय 3 जो इंटेंसिटी आए थे वही हमने 2 पॉइंट के लिए दिया था,
हम्म।
तो वो कम हो जाएगा ना सर, एक्चुअली इट इज लेस बाय 1 हो जाएगा ना।
नहीं, लेकिन टोटल लोड तो वहां पे ही उतना ही आ रहा है ना, मतलब डिवाइड बाय
वो
हमने 2 किया क्या वहां पे?
हाँ, नहीं, 2 डिवाइड बाय 2 नहीं किया सर हमने।
फिर
जो यहाँ पे जो डिवाइड बाय 3 किया था, 3 के रिस्पेक्ट जो इंटेंसिटी मिली, जो रिएक्शन मिला था पॉइंट लोड, जो लोड का,
हाँ हाँ।
तो वो हमने राइट साइड पे भी असाइन किया था, तो वो डिवाइड बाय 2 के हिसाब से होना चाहिए था ना, ताकि उतना ही लोड, वो रिएक्शन वहां पे आ जाएगी।
हम्म। करेक्ट है। एक मिनट में चेक करता हूँ। हमने 9.9 तक मुझे याद है, उसके बाद हमने
यस।
उसको 3, 1 2 3, 1 मीटर में 3 आ रहे थे, इसलिए हमने उसको 3 से डिवाइड किया था,
हाँ,
करेक्ट।
फॉर द लेफ्ट साइड, फॉर द लेफ्ट साइड, तो
फॉर द लेफ्ट साइड।
9.9 शुड कम ऑन द राइट साइड आल्सो, लेकिन वहां पे 2 पॉइंट पे दिए, लेकिन वी टुक इट एज अ डिवाइड बाय 3 पार्ट।
हाँ, तो टोटल लोड उतना आना चाहिए, मतलब
हाँ,
जितना।
तो 4.45 ऐसा कुछ तो शायद आ रहा था, तो
हाँ
राइट साइड पे फिर वो 4.45 एंड 4.45 का एप्लीकेशन करना चाहिए था ना सर।
हाँ हाँ, वो होना चाहिए टोटल लोड, मतलब जो रिएक्शन है।
हाँ, यस यस यस
भले
यस।
ही वो लोकेशन में भी डिफर, बट टोटल
हाँ, यस।
एप्लीकेशन ऑफ लोड सेम होना चाहिए।
हाँ, यस सर, यस सर,
करेक्ट करेक्ट।
यस सर।
ठीक है, मैं आई विल शेयर माय स्क्रीन, लेट मी नो वंस यू कैन सी।
सर एक मॉडल शेयर किया था आपको।
हाँ, मैं कल देखता हूँ, सैटरडे संडे मुझे टाइम मिलता है। और जैसे मैंने बताया कि सेम टू सेम रिजल्ट के में पीछे मत भागो, कि
अच्छा
थोड़ा बहुत डिफरेंस होगा ही। 100 नहीं, 200% होगा।
अच्छा।
क्योंकि थोड़ा बहुत मॉडल करने में भी थोड़ा सा इधर इधर होता है, वो हमें करने में पता नहीं चलता, थोड़े से लोडिंग्स इधर उधर लगते हैं। तो मैंने लास्ट टाइम बोला कि जैसे 2+2 4 आएगा, ऐसा ये एक्सपेक्टिंग मत करो।
ओके।
ठीक है।
लेकिन सर वो 5 6 जी का अगर डिफरेंस रहेगा तो चलेगा, जैसे आपका 8 आ रहा था तो मेरा 1 पॉइंट समथिंग आ रहा है, एक में आपको 1 पॉइंट समथिंग आ रहा था, मेरा दूसरा में वो 0 पॉइंट समथिंग मेरा आ रहा है, तो इतना 1 और 0 का डिफरेंस चलेगा, लेकिन सर 7 8 डिजिट का डिफरेंस है तो वो चलेगा, सेम नहीं आता है तो?
हाँ, नहीं चलेगा ना। देखो अभी इसके लिए तुमको मैं एग्जांपल बताता हूँ कि अलाउबल कितना है।
और सर डिफ्लेक्शन तो एक में आप लेस देन था, एक 13 था, एक 22 था, उससे कम
हाँ,
होना चाहिए तो
13
सेम।
13।
हाँ हाँ।
तो ठीक है ना, मतलब अगर मेरा कितना आ रहा था, अभी मुझे याद भी नहीं है मेरा।
आपका आपका सर 8 पॉइंट समथिंग आ रहा था,
हाँ, और आपका कितना आ रहा है?
उसमें मेरा 0 पॉइंट समथिंग आ रहा है, एक जो 22 था डिफ्लेक्शन, उसमें आपको 1 पॉइंट समथिंग आ रहा था, और
हम्म।
उसमें 1 पॉइंट मेरा भी लगभग समथिंग आ रहा था, तो ये
नहीं,
एट।
लेकिन 8 में कोई आपका कितना आ रहा है? जहाँ पे मेरा
तो
वर्टिकल वॉल का 8 है, वहां पे आपका कितना आ रहा है?
उसमें सर मेरा 0 पॉइंट समथिंग आ रहा था।
नहीं नहीं, तो कुछ तो गड़बड़ है फिर। कि ठीक है, मतलब 8 के जगह पे 5 6 या 12 13 ठीक है।
वही चीज नहीं आ रहा था सर।
हाँ हाँ, तो थोड़ा देखना पड़ेगा। मैं देखता हूँ, कल मुझे थोड़ा सा टाइम मिलेगा, तो मैं कल देखता हूँ।
तो उसके
ठीक है।
वजह से हम लोग मैं आगे नहीं बढ़ पा रहा हूँ, आगे का सारा वीडियो बचा है।
नहीं देखो ना, देखो ट्राई करो, लेकिन ये मैं कल देखता हूँ, क्योंकि वीकडेज में क्या है, मेरा भी ऑफिस का काम रहता है, तो इतना टाइम नहीं मिलता मुझे। जो भी है मैं सैटरडे संडे ही देखता हूँ। मुझे आपका मेल मिला, तो मैं कल देखता हूँ उसका और आपको बताता हूँ।
ओके सर।
क्योंकि डिफ्लेक्शन बहुत ही कम आ रहा है, पॉइंट मेरे 8 के हिसाब से। आपने देखा क्या कि थिकनेस वगैरह चेक करो एक बार,
हाँ,
क्यों आ रहा है?
वो सारा मैंने चेक किया। सेम
हम्म
आप जो कर रहे हैं वीडियो में, वही चीज मैं भी कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन वो
हम्म।
डिफरेंस आ जा रहा है। मैंने या एक्सिस का भी जो था कि टुवार्ड्स जेड होना चाहिए, तो वो सारा प्लेट का मैंने उसी तरह सेम किया, फिर भी वो
हम्म।
नहीं आ रहा। तो मैंने शुभम से भी बात हुआ था, तो उन्होंने बोला कि कंप्यूटर का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन का सब कुछ है, ऐसा तो हो नहीं सकता कि।
नहीं कंप्यूटर का सवाल नहीं है कुछ ऐसा, उसका कुछ, ये दुनिया के किसी भी कंप्यूटर में अगर होता है तो वो सेम ही आना
हाँ
चाहिए,
हाँ
लोडिंग
सर,
अगर सेम है।
जैसे उसमें एक चीज था कि
हाँ।
आपका जो एनालिसिस कंसीडर कर रहा था फुल टैंक का कर रहा था। अब
हम्म।
मेरा जो एनालिसिस जो कंसीडर कर रहा है वो एम्प्टी टैंक का कर रहा है, तो उसमें चेंज कैसे होगा वो नहीं हम किए, फिर भी नहीं आ रहा था।
नहीं एमटी पे क्यों देख रहे हो आप? मतलब ठीक है एमटी पे, तो
वो
लोड कॉम्बिनेशन चेंज करके देखिए ना।
अब मैंने किया, बहुत बार किया, मुझसे नहीं हुआ, तब फाइनली मैंने कहा कि अब मैं हिम्मत आ गया, फिर आपको ही भेज दिया जाएगा।
नहीं मैं कल देखता हूँ, फिर आपको बोलता हूँ, ठीक है?
ठीक है सर।
टेंशन नहीं, मैं कल देखता हूँ पक्का।
ओके सर।
ठीक है। कैन यू सी माई स्क्रीन?
नो सर।
स्टिल नॉट विजिबल? आई थिंक इट्स विजिबल,
नो
मेरे यहाँ
सर।
पे दिखा रहा
नो
है।
सर।
कि स्टॉप करता हूँ फिर से एक बार, आई विल शेयर स्क्रीन। अभी?
यस सर।
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think last time we have done with all the loadings, correct? So only analysis part is left. Uplift, we also applied the uplift forces, all these things, correct?
Sir,
यस
we
सर।
didn't apply load on central column, I think.
Central column, which one? Central, the bridge?
Hydrostatic one.
Okay, hydrostatic, yes, okay. So we will apply that also. Central wall. So I just keep open the central wall. 4.1 means 41. Okay, I will go to that fluid load. Before that, I need to just know what is the local axis of this plate. So to know that, I just kept open one plate. I want to apply the water load against local Z. Okay, so value will be minus. Okay, again I will open only central wall. Now I don't want all this P orientation. Fluid load, add plate load, hydrostatic load, select plates, select all these plates, done. W1 that is minus 41, 0 along Y, local Z, minus, that is okay. Meanwhile, I will open the Excel sheet also. It will take some time. Meanwhile, I will open this Excel sheet. So for circular clarifier also, we have created one Excel sheet. So you have to just update the input data. So project name, client name, contractor, etc., etc. Just quick reference. I just added one picture here. Okay. So I have just added some design philosophy here. So based on that, you can just design. So it can be very useful for a checker. Okay. Now you need to update all these input values. Depth of the structure below natural ground, grade of the concrete, grade of the steel, blah blah blah. Those things you just need to update, like net bearing capacity that we have some 350, angle of reports 36. That's why based on that 350 we have calculated the subgrade modulus of reaction, that is 17,500. So yeah, just fill all these input values. These are my cover values. So you can change up as per your project requirement. If you input all these things like diameter of the tank, 13 point, what is the diameter of the tank is 13.2 or 13.1. I will open that drawing also.
सर थोड़ा आरपेक भी हमें सिखा दीजिए ना सर.
हाँ, वो एलिवेटेड वाटर टैंक के लिए अर्थक्वेक ही इम्पोर्टेंट है, वो उसमें मैं कवर करूंगा.
ठीक सर, ठीक सर.
क्योंकि that is totally different.
Yes sir, yes.
Okay, so internal diameter of the tank is 13.12 meter. So 13.2, 12 नहीं, 13.2, sorry, 4.1.
सर थोड़ा जूम कीजिए ना.
ठीक है.
यस सर.
Okay. So outer projection, inner projection, thickness of the raft, foundation wall thickness, toe, maybe you can just add toe. हमारा कितना था? 0.3 था. So if you update everything here, your water pressure will be calculated automatically. If you change this wall height 4.4 to 4.125, and you see this water pressure will get changed here. So just your input, change your input values. 4.1 liquid height, that is the operating height. So maybe I will just keep as it is 4.1. So this value will get changed. Shaft thickness, diameter 600, wall thickness 200, inlet channel wall thickness, base slab thickness. What is the height? 0.8 meter height, width 0.6. So we are getting the hydrostatic pressure for launder channel. So we already calculated that manually, but if you just put all these values, that pressure will be get calculated automatically here. So this picture is if the base is varying, so this can be useful. But in our case, we will get the uniform water pressure of 41 kilonewton everywhere. Okay. Then if there is any staircase, now we don't have that staircase, so I'm just not going through that. But suppose from if it is above ground, and obviously we need some means of access. So in that case, we maybe need staircase. So if staircase is there, so you can just what happened to this Excel sheet? So okay, now it is good. So maybe you can input the staircase, column size, वगैरह. But we don't have that, so I am not putting anything here. Live load, we are considering 3 kilonewton. So now we are calculating the walkway bridge load span divided by 2. So walkway bridge span is 13.2 divided by 2, 6.6. Oh, that is correct. So assume 5 tons, so it is equivalent to 49. Number of supports 4, so we already calculated that. So load per node is something like that, 12.5. So seismic that is okay, different thing. Lateral node, we are not applying those lateral nodes right now. Central column, so supporting, so we also not considering this shaft diameter वगैरह. But okay, so wind load is also, if it is in below ground, so not considered wind load. So I'm directly going to the analysis part. Stability. So it is already automatically calculated. First, this is since this is a circular tank, so it is very difficult to overturn just because of the wind. Even though if it is above ground, so it is impossible to overturn because it's circular, and because of its huge diameter, you don't need to consider this overturn. But maybe definitely you need to check the sliding also. Calculate entire weight, and just if you have some sliding force due to the earthquake, then you can compare that sliding force. Okay, now we will check the deflection, the main portion. So for that I need to go to analysis. Close.
Sir,
I
if it
just want
fails in a shear, if it fails in a sliding, then shall we need to provide shear key like that at
yes,
the
you need to
bottom?
provide shear key. That is one option. Otherwise, you need to provide the
Yes, yes.
increase the self weight.
Sulfate.
Yes,
Yes.
but generally for because of the seismic force, sliding will not be happen because self weight of that structure itself sufficient to resist that sliding force.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now the load is applied for the central portion also. So our model is almost done. I will save this. Because of this load, it will take much time. Okay, save. Now I will go to the analysis.
Sir, don't we need to change the unit weight of concrete in STAAD editor?
If you have specific, like maybe once you are going to design, yes, you need to change the unit weight. If it is a 24 or 25, definitely yes.
Because STAAD shows by default it is 27 point something, I think.
Yes, so based on that, you need to change that. If we are using M30, then yeah, you have to change the unit weight. And even though not only the unit weight, uh, elasticity of the concrete also. So that
Okay,
helps sometime to resist the or to improve the deflection capacity. That is the only one part. Otherwise, for the results like bending moment and those things are not that affect just because of that.
okay, sir.
Only it helps only to increase the or to reduce or to resist the deflection. Meanwhile, I will just go to the Excel sheet. I will create one more the blank Excel sheet here, so where we can put our all the values. I don't know why it is taking so time. So we are getting almost 168 warnings, and those are related to the plates, which are very close to each other at the center with some kind of irregular shape. Irregular shape means so the width of the plate is very small as compared to the length, because towards center we have four something like that. I think last time we measured as compared to the 12-15 mm, the length of the plate, triangular plate, is somewhere around 1 meter, 2 meter. So just because of that, we are getting some errors, warnings, not error, but that warning. So maybe you can neglect that or ignore. Or you want to avoid that, straightforward go and delete that plates. So it will not harm anything, because we are not practically putting water in there to just the water get pass through that central hole. Why it taking so much time? Okay, let it finish. Meanwhile, I will just go to the detailing. So for detailing, same detailing can be used for the walls, just like a rectangular tank. But for the base slab, it is like a little bit different. So can you see this? It is done. Can you see this? This is the base slab, one portion of the base slab. And can you see how we have provided the reinforcement? Can you spot any differences with the regular reinforcement laying, and what is the difference between this circular thing? Because I will open the paint. Suppose this is a base slab of the rectangular tank, and this is a base slab of the circular tank. So generally what we do, we provide reinforcement. This is a plan view. I have to provide reinforcement in shorter span as a main reinforcement, correct? And in longitudinal direction or the long direction, this is the secondary reinforcement. Correct? Any different? Any question about this? Why we done like this? So can we follow the same pattern here also? Like if I want to provide reinforcement like this, and horizontal reinforcement like this, based on the whatever it may, diameter of the bar and spacing. But can we go like this? So these are the option, and this type of detailing that I have done for my project. So what is the difference? Which one is the correct?
Sir, this is not correct, which you have drawn right now,
And
because
why?
you have not placed it as per the radial directions and all that.
But why? Means why we need to provide the radial direction? What is the reason behind that we have provided reinforcement along?
So because to take
r-
the tension developed circumferential, that's why this that you have provided in the paint one that will not take the tension circumferential.
But why it requires circumferential?
Sir, it should resist in all the directions. So this is the good detailing way.
No, the logic behind that, Suppose if you see now this analysis part is done, I will just open the base plate. I don't want to see all the supports. Can you see this? The all the plates, how they are get laid out. So after that, what I will do, I will just select any one random plate. I will just kept open this only. Okay, this one. I will open, I will switch on the orientation. Okay, now this is the local Y and this is the local Z. Correct? So what happens? So moment which is parallel to Y, that is My, for that we are designing, and moments which is parallel to X. So for that we have to provide the, maybe for this, maybe it is horizontal, for Y, maybe this is a vertical. We can say that. Okay, correct? Understand? So like if this is the circle, I will delete this. Yes, this is like incorrect thing. So suppose this is our tank base slab. This is one plate. This is another plate. This is the another plate, circular. So like this will be form circle, correct? So local Y we like this. This is local Y. For this, it will be perpendicular to this. So it itself form a circle, correct? And what we are finding out, My and Mx. So in circular plate, circular slab, you cannot provide My, like suppose this is Mx. So you cannot provide, you can provide for this plate reinforcement, but again, so it axis will be get shifted and it will be always shifted, or it will be always rotated through 360-degree. So how can you provide horizontal or vertical reinforcement? So that's why what we are doing, we are putting reinforcement parallel to the its local X and local Y. Okay, so suppose this is a local X, means we are providing all this reinforcement which is parallel to circumferential. So that is taken care all MX for all plates. Got it? Got it my point? And at the same time for MY, which is parallel to, so the reinforcement which is providing with that radially parallel to its radius. So it will take care, because for one plate, what happened? I will copy this in my, so for this plate, My will be this. For this plate, My will be like this. For this plate, My will be like this. So we always providing rebar parallel to that My to take care of that. And same Mx. I will change color to green. So this is My, Mx. This will be Mx, something like that. And this local axis will be rotated based on the position. Okay, that's why we are not providing straight away. This is horizontal and this is vertical. Okay, got it? What, why I am not providing rebar? Because in rectangular tank, the local axis of any plate is common for everywhere, because it's placed at similar. If this is local Y, so for next it will also local Y. Same thing for, it is everywhere same. But this is this is not case for the circular tank. Got it? Clear why we need to provide the reinforcement like this?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt for this reinforcement?
Yes, sir. Because of orientation is changing, sir.
Yes, so actually it's rotating, its local axis is rotating 360-degree based on its location. And as we know, we are always following the local axis to provide the reinforcement.
Sir, how the stirrups are given, sir?
Stirrups.
Yes, sir.
Stirrups are not required for slab.
Okay, sir.
Sir, if the depth of the below raft is heavy,
Hmm.
in that case, shall we need to provide some beams?
Not required. So even if the sulfate of the thickness of the slab is self-sufficient, so then why we are providing? And since if it is supported all over to the ground, so we don't need to provide any beam. If it is suspended and the span is too much, so then definitely we need to provide some kind of the beam.
No, sir, that this one, sir. Sorry, sir. Distribution bar, sir. 8 of 200 is
Distribution.
there.
Yes, so
Yes, sir.
one of the bar is acting like a distribution, correct?
Okay, sir. When it bend, it won't this one, sir.
No, no, no.
There, nothing
Because of
happens. Sir.
bending, nothing it's happened.
Okay.
We are already bending 90-degree. If you see the reinforcement at the wall, so maybe I have somewhere. Can you see this? We have
Yes,
bent
sir.
it at 90 degrees. So this is nothing like the curvature is nothing like that.
Okay.
Okay. And like if we got 150 mm center to center, maybe we can see this 200 mm center to center. What we are getting number 10 or 10 mm bar at 200 mm center to center. So we start here. Okay. Maybe I will provide again clear picture. So you can see 10 mm bar at 200 mm center to center at top and bottom. Okay, so means this distance between these two bars is 200, correct? Ideally everywhere. Okay, and these bars are towards pointing out the center. So what happened? The distance between these two bars will be very less. Okay, maybe you can just try to draw in your CAD. So that's why what we are doing at certain location. Okay, let's say if I try to divide this entire radius in three parts, 1 2 3, I am dividing this bar here, and again I am providing alternate bar here, because the as per my design my spacing should be 150. Okay, so I don't want to be very crowded here for the bars. Just I want to, at certain location I am cutting this bar here, alternate bar, but again at the same time I'm just make sure distance between these two bars is not more than 150. Okay, can you see this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I can go to the so here 200, if I go towards, so maybe at this location I am getting maybe 75 mm distance between two bars. So that's why, to avoid that, what I did, I just curtile one bar here. Okay, alternate curtile bar. So what I'm just again getting, distance between two bar is somewhere around 150. So again, if I go further close to the center, I'm doing the same thing. Again, I will do curtile one bar, or maybe two bar also fine if it is very close. Okay, but if it is absolutely fine if you are providing more less spacing, but make sure that once you are going to pour your concrete, your aggregate should get passed through this. Okay, so that care that you need to take, and at the same time you want to provide some economical things. Okay, so maybe at couple of location you can break the bars and curtail the bars, so spacing can be constant somewhere around, or not more than 150, or here is 200, so 200 mm. Okay,
सर ऐसे कभी होता है कि सिर्फ बॉटम को ही हम प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं और
नहीं,
टॉप को नहीं,
बॉटम को भी
ऐसे कभी
नहीं।
कंडीशन आ जाता है या हमेशा टॉप एंड बॉटम ही किया जाता है?
Depends on the your loading. So suppose if there is a no uplift pressure, okay. Again, I will go to the white. I'm trying to draw one line diagram for base slab. What happened? This is a wall. This is a wall. Okay. So this is a fixed connection. Because of the negative moment, hogging moment at the wall base, it will be provide that negative bending moment will transfer to the base slab also. Okay, because of this fixity, what will happen for base slab also? Base slab will be also try to bend. Okay, I don't know amount. What is the amount? Don't know. But trying to, I'm just let's say for some value, it will be provide. It will be have some negative value. Okay. So for this portion, definitely you need to provide a top reinforcement because it's a hogging, and this is a positive means for this portion you may don't provide to top steel technically, but for temperature and other codal provisions you have to provide some minimum reinforcement to the both face. Okay, so that's why you have to provide some reinforcement always at top and bottom, at least, even though technically by demand you don't require any top steel. That is the one case, but still since minimum temperature or minimum reinforcement clause, you have to provide some reinforcement at the top. That is the first case. And suppose if this slab is subjected to the uplift pressure, so it the bending or behavior will be exactly different. I will draw another sketch. Same thing. These are the walls which is acting, and suppose this is the water pressure UDL. Okay, so what will happen because of that? This is the fixity, so exactly reverse case will be happen. This will be negative, this will be negative, this will be positive. Okay, so your tensile steel will be at the bottom for the uplift pressure, and positive means at the top. So to take care of this, you have to provide some reinforcement at top. Okay, so you cannot say like uh, only can we provide only bottom or only top reinforcement. So no. So in both cases, we need to provide top and bottom. Sometime it's depend on the different scenarios. Like if it is uplift case applicable, yes, then definitely you need to provide. If uplift is not, even though for minimum steel as per the codal provision, minimum temperature and shrinkage, so you have to provide. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So this way, this is the detailing, basic difference between the base slab. Otherwise, everything will be same, like wall, same thing. Nothing is changed to the wall. Same thing. We are providing L horizontal, and so you know that, like we already discussed how to detail out the vertical. Why we are providing both side due to the internal and the external. Okay. So these parts are now for the detailing. I think we just finished analysis and now we will extract the results. Okay, post processing. A deflection. I need to select some load combinations. Select some factored load, unfactored. Now I want to check deflection for the wall only. So I just selected all the unfactored service level load combination. I will go to the range, selected group, selected only walls. Okay, I'm getting these results. So I will just copy this, go to that blank page, wall deflection. I will copy all this data, go to my main Excel sheet. Right click, paste special values. Okay, so the program means automatically taken care the maximum deflection vertical and lateral. I will change my deflection criteria, suppose 360. Height of the wall 4.1, that is 4100. So for that allowable deflection is 11.39, as against I'm getting 1.42. So it is safe. Okay, you can see this, or maybe in STAAD also you can see the highlighted values. Vertical deflection is 1.41, as against we have allowed 11 mm. Okay, lateral also 0.39 and 0.39 somewhere, but by observation I can say it is safe. So this way we have added our deflection check. Now design start, or I have just put all the basic, it is already there, updated, so it is already carry forward. Now we are going to provide the design results for the wall. So you can see this design of clariflocculator wall 200 mm thick. Okay, I want to just change all the values here. So for that I will go to the plate results, select anyone. Okay, I will go to the summary. I want to change it for the load combination. Instead of service level, I will select all the factored. I'm going to range. Okay, that is okay, fine. Copy. Wall ULS ultimate. So now I copy all these things. Copy. Paste special values. Shit. This Excel sheet is giving problem me many times because I'm using little bit older computer, which is sometimes not compatible to this Excel sheet. Okay, fine. This is different. Okay, so it was not saved. That's why I will change it again. 360. Copy all results. Okay. Now you can see it is safe. Maybe I will just try to change something to from 10 to 8. We need AST minimum to 40. So if I will change that spacing to 200, let's say what happen. Yeah, no, because AST required is 268, and if I provide 8 mm bar at 200 mm spacing, I am providing 251 mm square reinforcement. So it is less than 260. That's why it's showing as a ray. Okay. So again, what I will do, I will just go with the 10 mm and 150. Okay. Something. So all good. It will take automatic, like shear and everything is now pass. So SLS, like crack width, we need to provide crack width is 0.2. So let's check about the crack width. For that crack width, we always check the result for the service level. So instead of this, what I will do, I will change the load combination to service level. I took the same thing, which is for the SLS condition, copy, paste. Layer wall SLS, that is service level combination. Just to know that which are the results for which one. Copy. So here I just change those values. Can you see this? Now my crack width is now 0.15. So still it is less than 0.2. So all good for that also. So same way, now I will move to the next ring footing, or maybe in earlier my version, the thickness of that footing is, in our case, it's 500. Okay. So I need to change that. Thickness of the footing is, floor is 500. And you see this, it is now get changed. So I will check results for the base slab, change the group, base slab, base plate. Remember, this is for the service level condition. Okay. Copy this entire table, paste to your blank Excel sheet. Base less. Okay, copy this, all the numbers. This is the factored, but we need to use this for the crack width. So I just came here, by special values, change the values for the crack width. Can you see this 0.13? So it is less than that, 0.2. So it's still it's okay. But now I want to provide the design. Okay. So instead of here we provided 16. So let's say how we can reduce it. So I just want to change the load combination. So instead of factored, I will go with all the service level. I will go with all the factored. Copy. This is a factored. Special values. Okay. Required 600. Provided 1100. Definitely we can reduce. Okay. Let's say 10 mm. So it is less than that. That's why it's showing as a fail. Okay. Let's try to reduce some spacing. Will it not work? Let's go with 12. Fine. Maybe we can use 12 mm at enter. Yes, 12 mm 150. Okay. So this way we have provided reinforcement of 12 mm at 150, and just check the here it is pass deflection. Maximum crack width is now increased since we have updated spacing and rebars. Okay, so that's why it is come up to the 0.18, but still it is okay, like because it is less than 0.2 mm. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so
सर अगर सर जो शेयर फोर्स और बेंडिंग मोमेंट की वैल्यू अगर न्यूटन में हमारे सॉफ्टवेयर में आ रही तो उसे कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा।
हाँ, आपको कन्वर्ट करना
तो
पड़ेगा. Best way, just go to your settings only first time when you use this. Go to the views option, or no, options, and just set your values right now. Section units, so you can change units from here. So automatically
yes,
you will get the in kilonewton, kilonewton per meter square, like that.
yes sir, yes.
So maybe
Perfect.
you don't need to do some manual calculations
Manual calculation.
and to avoid any possible errors during that conversion.
Yes sir, yes.
Hmm.
Yes, thank you sir.
Okay. So same thing, like now only two remaining parts will be there. That is only launder channel and launder slab. So same thing, like just go. Why it is here? Post processing. Okay. Summary. Go to the result setup. Okay, now we are in factored. So fine, group. Launder channel base. That is a launder. ULS. And you can calculate again same thing. Just change all the load combination to factored. Copy. Okay, so just paste those things in Excel sheet. Same repeating things. In this here, there are many different elements. That's why design of launder channel floor. Yes. You can see 8 mm is only fine. Required 150, so maybe you can increase this to up to 200 mm. Let's try. Yes. Don't go beyond 200 mm because IS code gives some maximum spacing also. It is up to 250 or 300, but as a practically, don't go beyond 200. Okay. So
Okay.
for the crack width also, if you just paste those values here, SLS, copy, crack width is almost 0. So 10, no crack width. Now similar way we have to foundation. We don't have this. This is also not walkway if it is concrete. Stair, we don't have that stair. You can add some base pressure summary also. If you want, you can. Okay, or you can provide here manually also. Base pressure summary. I will just delete this. So this is automatically taken. So yeah, maximum base pressure from STAAD. So just you have to how to calculate that. Just go to main modeling, post processing, find, or go to the result setup. Output base pressure summary. First, select only factored service level and summary. Why it is selected base pressure summary? Why it is showing base pressure only? I have selected summary. Again, it's showing as a base pressure. Strange. Base pressure. Don't know why it is showing for each node. Summary means summary for the maximum. No problem. I will check from here also. No. I will save this model and I will close it and open it again. But if I go back to my Excel sheet, I will just control. Can you see this? So stat should give like this. If I selected base pressure summary, I will get only these values for all this. Here also. Don't know why my stat is giving for all the things. P12. And also we can see from another view also to check whether it is that, what is the difference or what is the maximum bearing pressure value from stat. But let's finish this analysis first. Or meanwhile, do you have any questions so we can discuss that till this analysis can get finished?
Sir, while modeling any structure, if structure is bulky and repetitive, can we draw each element? Can we model each element separately, save in structure wizard and assemble?
Yes, if it is modeled through the structural wizard, yes, definitely. Structural wizard gives some different options, some types of roofs, some plates. So yes, you can model it through the structural wizard, but you have to take precaution when you merge that run structural wizard element to the your main stat model. So you should know where to place. Like most of the time we use 000, correct?
Yes.
So with reference to that, you should know that insertion point. So if you know that coordinate, definitely you can use that different elements from the structural wizard. So if that insertion point will be get incorrect, your model will be placed at some different locations than you expected.
Okay.
And if it is a plate, then it is very difficult to select and move those. So if it is if it is truss, then definitely you can select and move as per your requirement. But yes, the answer is short and sweet answer is yes.
Okay, sir.
सर जो भी टॉप स्लैब या बॉटम स्लैब टैंक में जो भी बीम्स अगर आ जाते हैं तो उसे प्लेट एलिमेंट डिफाइन करके ही एनालिसिस करना है.
You have two options. So you can provide plate, you can consider with some different thickness. Otherwise, you can model that beam also. You can model that beam, but for that I need to draw some sketch. That only one problem is there. Suppose this is my slab and you have drawn plate like this. Okay. And now I'm just trying to draw this. Definitely there will be plate here also, but I don't want to draw that. But you can, hope you can understand that there are plate in this direction also. Then only this mesh can be happen. Suppose you want to provide one beam here. Okay. One option is yes, you can provide with plate and assign some different thickness similar to the beam. Yes, that also. Otherwise, you can go with you can use beam element, line element, and provide this, assign all these properties. But what you need to do, you need to break this beam at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this beam will be, entire one beam will be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you extract the results, you will get results for 5 beams. Even though it is same, but automatically what will happen, this beam will be get what we can say cut, okay, at each plate node. So then you can find it. If suppose by mistake, if you cut this beam at not at this node, somewhere in between, your analysis will be get incorrect, because now what happened, this node and this plate node is not matching. Okay. So during that, what happen? You need to consider another one more check. Go to this beam plate connectivity. Can you see this? Check beam plate connectivity. So if this check is passed, then your model is correct. Right now it is not there because we don't have any beam. Okay, what I want to say? Understand?
Yes, sir.
So this check should be clear.
Sir, in this case, we need to assign releases also?
Not required at this moment. You don't require to provide releases because all the support except base lab STAD will consider automatically unless until any specific requirement, like you don't want to transfer the moment like this. So then only that case you need to go and assign some releases. But here absolutely not required.
Okay.
Okay. Where we are the base pressure. So it gives, I will try again. Post processing. Okay. Base pressure summary. Summary means summary. Why? I don't know. Means why it is showing. Fine. Something is looks incorrect. But again, I can check how base pressure. Instead of mx my, I will go to the base pressure. Now I want to only visible the base plate. Okay, base plate load, base plate. Just highlight. If it is not given correctly, so I can find out the values from here also. Base pressure, select. Now this base pressure values are for only dead load, but I want to go find it for service level, that is 100. So I will just manually see what is the maximum 5.48 and 28. 28 is a maximum. I will just go with the 101. So it is less than that. Okay. At 19.4. So I will just stick with the 100 load combinations. From that I'm getting 28.5. So I will just go to my Excel sheet. Instead of this, I can actually I'm not getting these values, so I will just maximum static base pressure from STAD. So I will just put that value 28. Instead of 28, I will just put 90, 29. And seismic, so we don't have that consider. As against we have the allowable safe bearing capacity is 350, and factored we generally don't require factor. Okay. So yes, so base pressure is also same. If that base pressure is exceed there from 350, then definitely it will be a cause of worry. But now it is too much less than that the actual required. So all good for the base pressure. Okay, and if you go scroll down somewhere, so we will get all the summary also. Okay, for different elements for wall, what is the thickness, cover, uh, what type of reinforcement that we have provided. You can see water height also mentioned here. Same thing what the footing, what kind of the bars at what distance that we have provided. So everything will be automatically uh, added here. Okay. So this can be a quick summary for you. And at last, I just added a STAD editor file here. Because why I'm giving the STAD editor file. Suppose maybe Avinash ji को मैंने checking के लिए दिया. If I want to give this report checking to Avinash ji, and if I didn't give the STAD file, so Avinash can copy this entire STAD editor file, and he can just go and create a new file. One I will go and B20. This is the entire brand new file, and suppose I copy this entire things, all the STAD editor file here. It will take some time to select this, but what I want to say that if I copy this everything, STAD space, your entire model will be generated in fraction of second. I hope you know this. So if this is now blank, if I just copy everything here and close it, yes, it is give some error, but fine. But I will check later stage. You can see this entire almost entire model is created as it is. Got it? So that's why this is the purpose of to provide the STAD editor file. So someone wants to just cross check with the new STAD file, so he can do that, no problem. Okay, so done. So this way we have done with the analysis design of the circular, or maybe we can say the clarifier concrete tank. Maybe from next session we will start discussing elevated water reservoir, and for that definitely we will consider the earthquake, because earthquake is a major different things that currently we have not discussed yet. Okay, so is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and Avinash, definitely I will go through your STAD model by tomorrow, and I will let you know.
Sir,
And by the way, I think you have asked something on group. What is that M? That M is not meter. That M stand for the live load reduction is not possible based on the IBC code. Okay, so I don't know who asked that question. But once you just use that table, just scroll down, because there are some different commentary also given, which is totally related to that loads. So don't just blindly follow that table, just read thoroughly all the table and given description, which is in US code, it is mentioned as a commentary. So read that also.
Okay, sir.
So you will get all the answers from there only, because I am now more familiar than IS code with the US codes, because almost last 12 years I am working only on US codes. Not I rarely I'm using the IS codes.
Okay, sir.
So if you have any questions related to the any
Sir,
US
ऐसा क्यों?
ACI codes, so definitely you can ask me anytime.
Sir, ऐसा क्यों कि we are not following the IS codes?
No, not me, because my projects, those are from the US.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not using the IS codes. Okay.
ओके सर. सर कल कितने बजे बताएंगे? मुझे मैसेज कर दीजिएगा एक सर.
हाँ, मैं आपको मैसेज करता हूँ, ठीक है?
हाँ, क्योंकि मैं बाहर रहूंगा, फिर तो छूट जाएगी मेरा.
नहीं, मैं आपको बोल दूंगा. आपका कुछ प्लान नहीं क्या 31st वगैरह का?
कोई प्लान नहीं सर, मेरा फोकस है पहले इसको कंप्लीट करने का. मैं 2 जॉब छोड़ चुका हूँ.
कमाल है. यस, मैं डेफिनेटली मैं सुबह उठने के बाद पहला काम वही करता हूँ, आपका स्टैड मॉडल फिक्स करता हूँ, ठीक है?
ये सब क्योंकि मुझे डिजाइनिंग में जाना और साइड का जॉब मुझे करना नहीं, इसलिए मैं 50K का जॉब छोड़ चुका पर मंथ. तो
अच्छा.
हाँ, तो मैं करना नहीं है मुझे साइड में. मैं देख चुका हूँ 4 years कर क्या होता है.
हाँ, मैंने तो 8 साल किया, उसके बाद छोड़ दिया साइड का जॉब.
मैं सर एक्चुअली सर वो ठेकेदार समझते हैं कि वो मेरे नौकर है, तो मैं कहा हाथ जोड़ लिया, ऐसा काम करना ही नहीं है.
करेक्ट है.
सर मेरा भी ऑलमोस्ट 11 years का एग्जीक्यूशन का एक्सपीरियंस है.
हाँ.
और यस, डेफिनेटली कि अगर एनालिसिस में और डिजाइनिंग में हम जाते हैं तो डेफिनेटली इट हैज अ गुड वेटेज रादर देन living in a only execution process.
Correct,
Though
correct.
execution is needful, but
No,
if you have the
that
passion,
actually, yes, yes. But one advantage, since you have all the educational experience, like you have 11 years of experience, Avanaji, they have 4 years of experience, so they know what are the site conditions. So while designing, definitely you can imagine all the things कि भाई ये कॉलम कैसा होता है, कवर क्या होता है, स्टार्टर मैंने भी आपने बहुत बार कास्ट किया होगा, स्टार्टर पहले भरते हैं
yes,
Yes, sir.
तो
yes,
कैसा होता है, साइड का कॉलम स्लैब का कास्टिंग कैसे होता है, आपने बहुत बार स्टील का चेकिंग भी किया होगा,
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
वो कैसा होता है, कहाँ पे बेंड होता है, L/4 पे, L/5 पे
Yes,
कैसा होता है, कैंटिलीवर का स्टील कहाँ पे ज्यादा होता है, मतलब मेन स्टील विल बी always on top for the cantilever. So those some kind of imagination you have already there. So
Yes.
definitely once you are into the design field, it will help a lot to imagine the things. कभी कभी प्रैक्टिकली आप बोलते हैं ना कि भाई डालो सेंटर टू सेंटर स्पेसिंग 40 feet 40 inch और 40 mm, बट हाउ यू कैन पोर द कंक्रीट बिटवीन दैट, क्योंकि अगर लैब जहां पे आता है तो क्या होता है, वो दैट गैप विल बी टोटली गेट क्लोज्ड, so you cannot pour the concrete from that. So those are very minor things, but it does a lot once in terms of the constructability.
yes, sir. Perfect, sir. Perfect.
ठीक है,
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, फिर मंडे मिलेंगे हम नए साल में.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
That
sir. Yes, sir.
rectangular Excel.
Happy New Year, sir, and thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Happy New Year to all. Someone want to say about Excel sheet?
Yes, sir, that
I don't-
rectangular.
Yes. I will post that rectangular Excel sheet, so you can get it.
Thank you.
उसमें सर कुछ क्रैक विड्थ का भी प्रॉब्लम आया था.
हाँ, क्रैक विड्थ का ही प्रॉब्लम आ रहा था, तो मेरे पास है वो, मैं भूल गया. I will post. I will share with that Pragya madam, so she can share with you all.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good night and have a nice
Good night, sir.
evening, weekend. Enjoy your
Thank you, sir.
31st. Yes. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Good night.